Welcome to Armstrong High School for Northwest Suburban Conference Boys Lacrosse as the league-leading Falcons take on the Maple Grove Crimson. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken. And Dan, a great year so far for Armstrong. They're going to play into the final week with a chance to get at least a share of the conference championship, tied with Anoka right now, and they've got a veteran group that's really played well.
They really have. Their offensive power has been unbelievable. They've been able to put the ball in the net, but they've gelled defensively, especially with a goaltending tandem. And I think it's made for a surprising year. Now, their coach doesn't believe that, but I think the rest of the conference was surprised how good they are, because they are a powerful team. Their only loss being to OPC, and, of course, who they're going to share the conference title with, Anoka. They beat them.
And meanwhile, for Maple Grove, a program that's had a lot of success, a little bit up and down this year. They don't have much experience, or senior experience anyway, but they've played a lot of people tough. Don't be fooled by the record at 5-5. If Armstrong sleeps on them, Maple Grove could come up and bite them.
Well, Maple Grove showed that, in the good games, they've lost by 1 goal. 3 one-goal losses, actually, so they can play, but they lost 5 of their bigger horses last year, and they just haven't really been able to replace them. They only have 1 senior, but they're junior-laden, and with Coach, Gig, I'll tell you what, they're going to be really good next year for sure. They're looking to do a little spoiler tonight, and we'll see if they can pull it off, and they can.
Talk about key players to keep an eye on in this evening's contest, starting with Maple Grove and their only senior, Tommy Walden. He has been a pleasant surprise, according to Coach Wilson, with just how well he's played this year.
Well, they didn't think that he had the scoring touch over the past years. He hasn't been able to really put the ball in the net, and he's been prolific at it this year. He's got 26 points. He's really stepped up, and Coach said he gets goals when they need him, and showing senior leadership that way. Good leader, good kid, good sense of humor, just good all-around player. We'll keep our eye on him tonight.
And for Armstrong, you'll definitely notice number 22, Nate Borwick, is their top scorer, but he just does a lot of things for their team. Their coach couldn't say enough good about him, too.
Again, good all-around kid, good all-around player, but very athletic, very quick, very fast, can really move. And Jay, like you said, you'll notice him. He'll be the best player on the field tonight, so he'll be really fun to watch.
Senior night here at Armstrong. They're hoping to score a big win and then head to Elk River to get a share of the conference title next week. Maple Grove trying to get set for the playoffs, and it would be huge for them if they could knock off Armstrong here tonight. It's the Crimson and the Falcons coming your way next. Boys Lacrosse on 12 Sports.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
Volunteering is more than just a word. It's a window to opportunities. Take Mark, for example. By taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television, Mark is helping bring entertainment and information to his community, along with building a foundation of skills that will take him one step closer to his dreams. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy! Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
What a great week of weather we've had for spring sports finally here, and capped off by this one here on Saturday night or Friday night. And also we'll be back for girls lacrosse coming up on Saturday afternoon as the Armstrong girls try and they're kind of on the other end of what the boys are, trying to play spoiler a little bit against Champlain Park on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, Champlain coming in undefeated in the girls bracket of the Northwest Suburban Conference, and looking to make a run here, but they still got to get through the Falcons tomorrow, and we're looking forward to that game. Should be a good one.
There's a look at Gig Wilson, the Maple Grove head coach, and he was honest about, he said we haven't quite gotten the consistency that we want to have this year, particularly on the offensive end. And, he wasn't real down on his team, but he also said, we kind of used to having a little better record than this, but we do feel good about the future with their younger team too.
Well, since he took over, they've tended to be a strong team in this conference, and I think last year they were undefeated coming into the last weekend, and has done a great job. And but this year didn't quite meet expectations. He had high hopes, and they didn't quite meet them. But yet, at the end of the season here, he's looking for a run in the sections. So we'll see if he can get the start of the night with a spoiler here against the Falcons, and they definitely could do it. He's a good coach, and his players are good. They just haven't had the season they thought they would.
Luke Gellerman, the Falcons head coach, and he was pumped up about their team and about the staff that has come together for them too. He was just really excited, and like we said, we asked him point blank, "Are you surprised with the season?" He said no. Mm-hmm. He thinks that their focus and their lacrosse IQ has just gotten better and better as a group, and they've played together a long time, and just a lot of things to like about their team.
Well, the funny thing is, I asked him how long this group's been playing together, because when you hear that, obviously they've been around for a while, and they've been playing since they were 8 years old, and it's finally come to fruition. They started putting everything together. They have one of the best defenses in the conference. They have one of the best offenses in the conference. They're as good an all-around club as you possibly could see. Their scoring is balanced all the way down the pike. They're going to really be fun to watch. The one thing I like that he said, that they're very athletic and they're fast, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that tonight and see how they move the ball along with that. So we'll see if they can hold off Maple Grove and work for that conference title.
Armstrong too, a little interesting that we will by design see two goalies tonight, one first half, one second, which you don't see that often, but they have stuck with that plan all year. I was assuming by looking at their stats that they were alternating game by game, but no, it's within the game. They're each taking a half.
Yeah, usually, it is game by game, but I have seen it done before in a couple other programs, but boy, you don't really see that a whole lot. But he's very satisfied. He has no problem playing either one of them. They switched the other day. I think it was against the Elk River. No, they're going to go to Elk River, but the last game they played. Blaine. They went to double overtime, and he didn't have any problem with the goaltenders in there, so we'll look to see them backstopping. And like I said, they have one of the best defenses in the league. A 5.20 goals against per game, that's phenomenal, Jay, in lacrosse. So we'll see if they step up to perform tonight.
There you see the Crimson goalie, Frank Gates, and we saw Henry Foreman. We will see Nick Gonrowski second half for Armstrong, and we are underway as Maple Grove getting first possession here as Walden picks it up.
Looking at both team statistics, their face-off percentages are about the same there. The Maple Grove's at 51%. Falcons are at 56%, but the big area that the Falcons really dominate is ground balls. They've won over 246 ground balls so far this season in 11 games. In 10 games. That's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
John Wells with it here and getting away briefly, but recovered by KP Johnson. Now Walden. Obviously you want to do something with it, but just to get some touches early, get that first possession is big here for Maple Grove. There's a quick shot, and Foreman turns it aside.
Now that's even bigger right there, Jay. They get a second chance. They won. Maple Grove got that ground ball, and that was big. The other part, too, that I like, they're patient. They're controlling the ball, and against this high-powered offense, the best way to stop them from scoring is keep possession in the Armstrong zone here, and they're doing it.
Jack Dugan looking to get free. Back behind to Wells. Wells spinning away from the defender and denied in close. Good crowd on hand. It's senior night. It's a night game on a Friday night. And Armstrong obviously having a really good year. There's a very nice crowd here.
And oh boy, I'll tell you what. Maple Grove, I tell you, they've come to play tonight. I mean, this one goal game against good teams seems to be panning out because they've just won 3 straight ground balls. But the goaltending sure holding up for the Falcons, isn't it?
Foreman, another nice stop on Dugan right there. And here comes Armstrong looking to counter D'Angelo Davenport. And here's Borowick. Right to the offense they go, and Joe Poferl buries it. That didn't take long once they got possession.
Oh my, again, stressing the reason that it's about ball control for the Crimson, because we just saw what the Falcons can do. They got a good clear out. They got a very, very good long stick midi as he brought it up, which just happened this spring. I found it and moved the ball around really well and buried it.
William Lawson will get the assist. Poferl, 13th goal of the season. He's third on the team in goals.
I want to keep our eye on number 23, D'Angelo Davenport. That's that long stick midi that was in the middle of the field as they got that clear going. He moved the ball out quick to his attackman, and boy, they got it down fast.
Armstrong possession. There's a look at the crowd as we talked about. You can hear them. We're up here in the booth, and you're hearing it when something good happens for one team or the other. So nice to see. And obviously, when it's a beautiful night like this, and it is a little later game on a Friday night, you get that opportunity to get lots of folks out. Here's Borowick firing that one off the frame of the net, trying to go over the shoulder that time of Gates, and it looks like it hits the goal. Yep, right on the near side post.
But he got the inside short side. He's got a good shot, Jay.
Lucas Lisney controlling here now, comes to Borowick. First words when we asked about Borowick was great teammate. And you just love to hear that in any sport. You know, that guys are there, supporting the rest of their team and being a good teammate first and foremost. Poferl's pass and then the shot wide as Eric Evans had quite a bit of room to work with, but maybe rushed it a little bit.
Oh, it's a potent attack, Jay. They're a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball really well and getting some good opportunities. Look at that, boy, right to the middle, but good defense by the long sticks and the Crimson middle there and put a stop to it.
Justin Blando turning to shoot but was denied, and here come the Crimson now. Carter Lysing drops it down low. Here's the shot and a goal. No goal in the crease.
Boy, listen to that. You're right. I love it. Lacrosse is starting to draw some crowds, Jay. I'm real happy to see that.
Falcons able to keep control. Alex Homme up with it.
We were talking earlier, before we got into it about some of the surprises in the conferences here, the Northwest Suburban Conference, and some programs really emerging. Anoka having a heck of a year. Elk River coming out of nowhere having a great year. And again, I think the Falcons, although they're not surprised, I think the rest of the conference are surprised, and pretty strong players. And Osseo Park Center also has had a very, very good year.
Here's a look at the in the crease violation there.
As he's getting rid of that shot, his foot slipped in there. Automatic turnover. That was a shame, too. It was a good opportunity created by the Crimson there.
Official had a great view of it, too, though. I don't think there was much argument that, unfortunate one for Grove, but correct call, it appeared. Crimson working the ball nicely here as they are now down a goal after possessing the ball and getting a couple pretty quality shots early on. Here's Walden losing it, trying to get it back. Scrap in there with Randy Hagum. Wolden trying to turn the corner, and that one blocked. They'll get it right back, though.
Boy, Foreman's just playing exceptionally right now in the goal for the Falcons. He's made some really good saves on some shots in tight.
KP Johnson getting some room and missed the net with that one. It'll stay Crimson possession. Pass lost and a battle for it. Maple Grove will get it back here as Brennan Davison runs it down and they restart their attack. Wolden surveying the field as he's pressured there by Matthew Lutkin.
You know, watching the game up to this point now, Jay, it would almost seem like it's surprising to see the Crimson down by a goal because they've had more ball possession than the Falcons.
Foreman continues to excel, though. Hunter House taking that shot. And for those new to lacrosse, you don't generally see quite as many big saves, early on in a high school game like this.
As you said a number of times, the 60% save percentage in lacrosse for a goalie is exceptional. And he has been just on top of it. You see it coming up here. Good basket save, staying on top of it, focused. He's on top of the crease. He's playing good position.
Matthews there possessing, now to Pofrel, and they work it behind, and we'll bring it around to Borwick. Elliot Olson, one of the captains for Armstrong, returning it to Borwick. Quickly around to Pofrel, who has the only goal of the night so far here in a 1-0 Armstrong lead.
So the Falcons in a basic 2-3-1 formation here. X-Man behind the net. Two middies up top.
Borwick will work it in behind. Here's the pass out front, and getting converged on quickly there was Lisney. Now the shot, and that one will sail over. They stay Armstrong possession. Pofrel restarting play here for the Falcons. Mitchell pass, and they got a piece of that one as he tried to shoot it.
Both teams are creating up good opportunities here, Jay. Just the question of the number of them actually getting on net, and of course the outstanding goaltending by Foreman on the Falcon end.
Put it back out high here for Olson. Pofrel looking in behind. Around to Borwick. Borwick getting free enough to get a shot away, but does not hit the net. It'll stay Armstrong possession here as Lawson. The X-Man will bring it. They start out top again. Borwick looking to go low, and he buries it. They had been passing the ball well, and then he said, you know what, we've got to really look to shoot a little bit, and Borwick able to bounce one home. Actually not bounce, but low, around knee high.
He just rifled that. He's got a heck of a shot, and the big mistake is they weren't close enough, the Crimson weren't close enough on him, stop him from really winding up and torquing it all the way through. And he got a real low trajectory, and he had to come through a lot of bodies. And he beat Burns low on the left-hand side.
Well, Borwick, we understand, now becoming tying for the top scorer in Armstrong history with his older brother. So obviously he's still got some time to go tonight and then another 2 games next week to get that done. So,
you think there might be a phone call made to the older brother here?
Maybe from the bench even.
That's right. We have cell phones now, don't we?
A lot of families here. I'm not sure, obviously, if his brother would be on hand or not, but Falcons create a turnover here, but then got a little rushed, and we'll give it right back. Jake Knutson with it here for Maple Grove.
Timeout called by the Crimson. Good. Nice job by the long stick there for the Crimson, and good call by the coach to settle them down. They need a goal. They're going to drop a play and just get the kids settled down, remind them to move the ball around, and get it set up so they get an opportunity.
There you see the standings for the conference. We said all tied up, Armstrong and Anoka at the top. And Armstrong, after this one, their lone conference game left is with Elk River, which obviously that should be, on paper, a pretty tough one. Osseo Park Center handed Armstrong its only loss, so they've obviously stepped up and had some great wins for themselves as well. And you see where Maple Grove's at, kind of right in the middle right now. That's the top half, and then here's the bottom half. The teams are struggling, and obviously we talked about some teams really stepping up. The flip side is for a program like Champlain Park that had been used to being on top, now has had a pretty tough spring.
Yeah, and, kind of in a rebuilding mode. They've got a good youth program that hopefully will bring them back. But what I like here, Jay, in this conference, we have 2 teams with 9 wins and 2 teams with 8 wins. So our top 4 teams are worthy of really some consideration around the state. And as they try to establish the conference as, a lacrosse, power, if I want to say it, for lack of a better word. And because, we were talking earlier, they're playing some good lacrosse in this conference now. It's not just the Lake, it's not just the South teams and all that. We're playing some good lacrosse up in the Northwest area. We talked about Rogers, we talked about St. Michael, all having very good seasons, and should be interesting to see in the sections how this all pans out. I think they've done a nice job with the Northwest Suburban spreading it out so they'll get some multiple section participation, and we'll see how they do as far as getting teams to state.
Crimson with it here as Carter Lysing leads the attack.
The Armstrong penalty is on number 11, Eric Evans. 3 minutes, unreleasable for a cross violation.
Eric Evans penalized for a cross violation, 3 minutes, so big opportunity here for Maple Grove.
That's a 3-minute non-releasable. Ow.
Nice pass back and a shot and a goal buried by Lysing. And Maple Grove on the board with the man up. And so they pulled it within 2-1. They won a great setup.
A nice cut to the middle, a nice pass to number 27, Carter Lysing, and he just got it and bounced it in and buried it. And, with the way that Foreman's been playing, Jay, a bounce shot is probably the best opportunity because it's very hard for a goalie to track it because it changes direction. But Maple Grove taking advantage here and putting one away here.
Obviously, this gives Maple Grove an opportunity to continue with the momentum and the possession here too, with Evans sitting it out.
Now keep an eye on that middle. They're going to filter a guy through every time, or bring around from the front and draw somebody and come across to the back door in this formation. They're being patient here, though. This is good. They're not just flinging it away because they got the man up. They're moving it around. Oh, here we go.
Nice shot by Hunter House, and we are even up.
Scoring his 9th goal of the year.
Takes the pass, and he was down at a kind of a shallow angle there, but able to get it before Foreman could get into position.
Nice pass from Holden. Drew the D over to him and gave an opening for House. House gets it, and he buried it. We got a tie game here now, and we got time on that penalty yet.
Scooped up here by Jack Dugan. Maple Grove right back to the offense. Chance to take the lead.
overall, the Crimson have played very well so far today. They've won a lot of ground ball battles. They've won some faceoffs here at critical moments, and they've really taken advantage of this man-up situation and done a real good job.
Under a minute to go now in this first quarter. Maple Grove looking to take the lead. Out front, but that one batted down. Maple Grove trying to get it back, and they'll do so.
Well, the Falcons are collapsing on the middle here now, so we'll see if they maybe get an outside shot on the wing to beat Foreman with. Oh, there it is. Oh.
House not quite able to reel in that pass from Johnson. Pretty good setup they had. The defense shifted a little bit.
Yep. House was open to come around and go in all alone on Foreman here.
Timeout taken by Armstrong is what felt like a relatively promising start for them. All of a sudden now they're just clinging to trying to hang in there as Maple Grove has battled back to tie it up.
Well, you and I were talking, prior to the game too, and about the improvement in lacrosse, both boys and girls, how the skills have gotten better, how the lacrosse IQs have gotten better. And earlier on when you got a man-up situation, most teams really couldn't do much about it, either, standing up, getting more shots, whatever. Now all of a sudden we're starting to see they know what to do in a man-up situation, even if it's for 30 seconds. And starting to move the ball on. The coaching's gotten better. They're setting him in formations that'll help, take advantage of that man-up situation. So I think it's just another example of how lacrosse is improving in the state here.
Number 1, senior captain Randy Hago.
Armstrong still talking things over as they have, I think it's probably good for them, even though, within the game you don't like it, but to see a little adversity like this and to have to work on a situation when you are a man down too.
Oh, absolutely. They still got, like you said, they got another tough game coming up here against Elk River, as we saw the record there. So, but Maple Grove, as we noted, when they play a good team, a team that quote-unquote is better than them, they kind of stick it to them a little bit. Maybe one of these times they'll win a one-goal game against a good team, and this might be the night. Nicely done. Great clear by the Falcons. Just if you can take it, rock and go with it.
Matthew Zayer getting the job done here for Armstrong. Under 10 to play here, and they're trying to use up the rest of this first quarter. And the quarter will come to an end, and it has been a lively one. Our score after one, Maple Grove 2, Armstrong 2. More lacrosse up next here on 12 Sports.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Cybersecurity starts with you. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
We begin quarter number 2 here from Armstrong High School, along with Dan Fick, and I'm Jay Wilcox, and a good one so far here, 2-2 score. After Armstrong had netted the first two, Maple Grove, man up, coming back to get 2 in a row, and certainly they have the momentum heading into quarter number 2, but we'll see, especially when Evans' penalty time gets up, if Armstrong can kind of regain control a little bit.
Well, the Crimson now, too, straight up, full strength, they've got to solve for him, and he's been absolutely fabulous. Gave a couple up on the man down situation, but he's been really good. If they could solve him with a standard straight up with each other, that'll help them give a little confidence.
Dugan looking to attack here for Maple Grove. Lost it as he tried to pass it. And then cannot come up with it, so turnover there.
Dukes, hey, just stay on the outside of your guy.
Armstrong, when they've gotten possession, they've gone to the attack pretty confidently and pretty well, but they just haven't had possession as much as they would like.
Shooter!
That shot denied as Zaire tried to go low with it.
Good pickup there. Number 33, Jake Knutson for the Maple Grove Crimson.
Hey, get it over! Gotta be attacked! Gotta be attacked!
Kicked forward here, and Armstrong able to come up with it.
2 hands!
Cole Christensen.
Nice play. Borowicz just slowing it down once they got it in the box and across the line. He just slowed it down, let them get their players in place. Right now, a goal for them would really shift momentum.
Warwick bringing it back out. Zaire. Here's Olsen shooting, and it's just off of Gates, able to get enough of it to keep it out. And he denies another one.
Nice play. Gates is starting to warm up here now.
Hey, come with him.
If they're going to pull this off, if Grim's going to pull this off, he's going to have to get hot.
Lando sending it in the middle and dumped there before he could get a shot. It was Zaire.
Nice lift by the Crimson there in the middle. Putting him down.
Mini back. Yellow. Move it to Kip. Kip, good time.
Maple Grove getting it set up. Savannah swings it around to Johnson.
Get underneath, good time. Carry behind. Still a good time. Still a good time.
KP Johnson spinning and can't get an attempt away.
Boy, that's just nice, ugly defense. Good job, long sticks by the Falcons. That was just tough. I like the fact when the player for the Crimson was holding on to it too long, all of a sudden the Falcon defense came with a double on him. And instead of trying to beat one long stick, now he had to beat 2 long sticks, and that ain't happening unless you're Gary Gate or whatever.
Back up top to Lisney. Here's Pofrel. Bring it back up top. Olsen wants that shot, but there's too much traffic there, and Gates and crew able to get the stop.
I was getting a little bit impatient there, but Gates is starting to fire. I mean, they got a long one on him, but there was Borowicz shooting it too, but he's starting to get into it. They're not going to be able to score from out there on Gates if he keeps this up.
Run ball scooped there by Lawson.
Nice try by the Falcons, just denying them a clear and coming right back into the zone again.
Gets away there from Jack Piazza. Crimson right back. Walden.
Throw it! Move it! Move it! Hey, yellow! 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 Open, open,
House giving it over now to Lysing. House flicks the pass, gets the return, and covered up pretty well, though.
Get downhill, get downhill, get downhill.
The Falcons are collapsing really well, and their slides are coming over. They're not allowing any free space there, and just squeezing it off. So that's a shot that's left by the Crimson, a contested shot.
Knocked down, and now we get a call.
Matt Savanich getting a little over enthusiastic here with his stick. There was a cross check there, and then again, he didn't know where the ball was, but needed to control his stick a little bit better. So I don't know if they're going to. Savanich is definitely going, but I'm wondering if number 7 is going to go too for cross check. Hunter House.
It almost looked like they gave 2 penalties, but maybe both to Savanich.
All right, the Falcons in a man-up situation here now. See what they can do with that for a minute.
Ofro working, and then the pass comes back out top. And they throw it away. That does not help Armstrong's cause right there, unforced error.
The proverbial shoot yourself in the foot routine here. A good ride by the Falcons as the Crimson were trying to get the clear and stopped him again.
Lisney taking the pass here for Armstrong. Past the halfway point of the second quarter, and no score on the board in this quarter. It's still 2-2, and now timeout requested by Armstrong.
Nice move. We need to settle them down, the Falcons. I tell you what, they've been stymied here, and they started rushing a little bit, so get them settled down. And set up a play and give them something to work for, get them some focus again. I'm kind of surprised, Jay. There really hasn't been a lot of goal scoring here as of yet in the second quarter after a gangbuster start.
You get the feeling a little bit that the teams have, I don't want to say figured each other out, but they've done a solid job of, kind of taking away exactly what the offenses want to do.
Yeah.
And also, good goaltending, too, has been a part of that. Couple of saves for each of them that you could see having gone in.
Well, looking at the overall deal here, though, I mean, Maple Grove's only really given up 8 goals. As we said, the problem's been putting the ball in the net. And so they're giving up a little over 8 goals a game. So they're playing pretty good defense here. And with that kind of defense, they can stymie it. And if Gates gives them a few saves here and there, all of a sudden, okay, we got something going here. So I think that's showing itself out so far. So we'll see what the Falcons come up with and how they move the ball around and who they're going to open it up to. You think maybe it might be Borowick, but between Pofferl, Zera, and Olsen, there's plenty of scoring to go around. I mean, you can give the ball to anybody, really, in this lineup.
Armstrong possessing as Olsen gets the return pass. Still a man up. Here's Borowick, and missed trying to go low on the far side there. Pofferl as Maple Grove back to full strength here. Warwick looking down low with it and knocked away as Lawson made the spin.
Yellow! Yellow! See it,
Boy, good speed there by Ben Zitnak.
Hey, carry behind. Hey, carry behind.
So Maple Grove will get things set up here as Johnson waiting for a substitution and waiting for everybody to get in their spot. Now House.
Ooh.
House looking to get some space here to the front, and it goes off the outside of the net.
Well, you saw a good slide by the Falcons there, but then he pulled off and allowed House to get back inside again on Foreman.
Dugan flipping back,
Oh.
and Foreman with a big stop there. What the call going against Armstrong.
Boy, I'm not sure, but look at that backhand play, and Foreman right on top of it. I think it was a push from behind there. He gives the ball back to the Crimson.
Wells sending it over to Johnson and back up top to Dugan. Hunter House.
You know, you're watching here, Jay, too. Look at the one-on-one defense. I mean, they're pretty much handling the Crimson players, trying to dodge them. And when it starts slipping away, a slide comes immediately from one side or the other from a defensive partner to help out. They're just really clamping down right now.
Hit your outlet. Move the ball, please. One more.
Over to House. House shooting, but over the top of the goal. It will stay with Maple Grove.
Yeah, I'm hearing the Crimson bench say, move the ball, please, move the ball, please. At one point, this good tight coverage, you got to stop trying to dodge it. There, right there. Move the ball to a player cutting. Everybody else has got to get moving here to create opportunities.
Hit your roll back. Move it away.
Johnson being defended by Hegum.
It's just some nasty defense, Jay.
Just run. Hit your outlet, please.
To Wells. Working his way free, and that one goes off the outside of the goal.
Joker!
Stays with Maple Grove, though, down to 2:13 to go here in this first half, and still a 2-2 score. All of the scoring came in the first quarter.
No, Crimson got to change what they're doing. They got to get some cutters. They got to start moving the ball. The dodging isn't working. The Falcons are just clamping down on them way too tight.
And here's House, stopped by Foreman. Boy, all of a sudden, as well as they've been playing on D, they left House wide open, but Foreman able to win that battle and secure it.
Well, good cut. He found an opening in the seam, and he got open, but he was moving.
Had a flag flying here.
Offside? Yep. Crimson are offside.
Watch his save here as House in close and Foreman stuck right with him.
Saving somebody's bacon there. Somebody lost House in the midst of it with a great cut. All right, this is big. The Falcons have not been successful in their man-up situations. Let's see if they can pull something out of the hat here with a minute 33.
To Borowick, and way off target with that one.
Got to show a little more patience here. Move it a little bit down low. They got a man up. Don't force it.
Olsen, and again, taking a long one through traffic. A different way, but like Maple Grove is kind of doing, playing into their hands defensively. Armstrong doing it right now a little bit.
Yep. And now it's even strength.
Just over a minute to go here in the second quarter. Borowick's pass getting through Olsen. He's able to run it down though. Zaire looking, they'll bring it around. Here is Pofrel. Under a half minute to go now. To Pofrel, and he fires that one off the goalpost.
Well, again, now the Crimson showing their defensive chops here, playing really well, forcing the Falcons into some bad angle shots, and just kind of frustrating.
Borowick thought about it, but there was a lot of traffic, and then they misfire on the pass, and that's going to eat up most of the rest of this first half. And so that will bring us to halftime here tonight. Each team scoring twice in the first quarter and then no scoring in quarter number 2. An entertaining battle here. Our score at halftime is Maple Grove 2, Armstrong 2. We'll have first half highlights and more coming up on 12 Sports.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy! Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
An eating disorder feels like having another person inside your head. It kind of built this wall around me.
The main thing that we needed was hope.
Your age, your gender, your ethnicity. Eating disorders don't discriminate. They can strike anyone. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back here to Armstrong High School as the Crimson and Falcons tied up at 2 apiece here, and we check out our first half highlights, and starting with a nice stop here as Henry Foreman's been good in this first half here for Armstrong, and that was a key save early on. And then Hofro getting the goal on the nice feed across from Lawson, getting Armstrong on the board. And then they take a 2-0 lead right here as Nathan Borwick buries the long, low, hard shot. But Maple Grove had a pretty good share of the play in the first half. And they come back and get 2 with the man up. First one there by Carter Lysing. And then they came back less than a minute later with Hunter House from a shallow angle, burying it for the Crimson. And, you know, looking at record-wise coming in, Dan, we would have said that they were kind of the underdog, but I don't know. They're not playing like it here tonight.
Well, you know, watching the schedule and how they've worked it, Jay, they've been in very close games against better teams in the conference that, quote-unquote, are better than them record-wise. And it's been 1-goal games, and they stepped up to the plate tonight, and I really think they'd like to do a spy in a row. You know, I remember, I think it was last year, they came into a game against Armstrong leading, and they lost in double overtime to the Falcons. I seem to remember that. Maybe it was a couple years ago. But anyway, they definitely got to show them the chops that they can beat the Falcons tonight.
So we'll see how the second half goes. A pretty even first half here. 2-2, Crimson and Falcons. We will continue with our live coverage here from Armstrong High School. Thanks for joining us for high school lacrosse on 12 Sports.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think. Billy!
Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Lindsay, for example. Her first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. Right away, she received professional training and now has the tools and skills necessary to produce her own show. She's turning dreams into realities right from her own home. And best of all, she's sharing her passion with members of her community and beyond. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think. Billy!
Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
An eating disorder feels like having another person inside your head. It kind of built this wall around me.
The main thing that we needed was hope.
Your age, your gender, your ethnicity. Eating disorders don't discriminate. They can strike anyone. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Call or visit the NIDA website today for help and hope.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
We get set for half number 2 here at Armstrong as Maple Grove, I think, has to, all things considered, you know, when you look at the 2 records and whatnot coming in, I think they have to feel a lot better about a 2-2 tie at halftime than Armstrong does right now.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, it's the way they got there, too. Frankly, the Falcons, defensively, they played well. But, boy, offensively, they were shut down in the second quarter. And this is a prolific offense. I mean, they can put the ball in the net, and I'll tell you what, they got clamped down on. Now, here's another deal. And I'm interested to see it happen. We thought the experiments worked, but we're going to have a new goalie for the Falcons this half, and Nicholas Gonrowski. And he's really good, but I'll tell you what, Foreman put up a heck of a first half to the point of the Falcons could be down easily by 2 to 3 goals right now without Foreman's effort. So we'll see how that plays out here as this second half opens up. I don't think we're going to see another scoreless quarter, though. That surprised me in the second quarter. My gosh. So we'll see if the Falcons can get their offense kind of wound up a little bit here, moving in this half, and go from there. That's what they got to do. They got to get more energy in offense and start moving better. I mean, they're just 3 guys are kind of moving it around. So if they pick that up and they start doing a little more cutting, I think they can open up a little bit.
I wonder, too, if this isn't, you know, a little bit of a byproduct possibly of scouting. We're late enough in the year now that some of the things that have worked for a team earlier on have kind of gotten word out a little bit, too, now, I think. You know, who the shooters are and who you have to really pay attention to. You know, I think from year to year you have a pretty good idea anyway, but you really dial it in once you've seen these teams play as many games. They've probably gotten a chance to do a little bit of scouting.
No, without a shadow of a doubt, and if I know Gig Wilson and his staff, I guarantee you they've been out scouting and watching what's going on here at Armstrong. So we're looking at a new goalie. There's Nicholas Gonrowski, and they're going with that. They're sticking with it every half. They switch the goalies, but Falcon coach said it's not a big deal. He plays just as well as Foreman did, so we'll see.
Well, and I think when it has been what you've always done, and you know, and the players have full confidence in each of them, I don't think this is probably. I don't think they consider it a big deal at all. Just as an outsider, kind of surprising to see it.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I worry about is he warmed up. Of course, they warmed up at halftime here, but we'll see how he steps up. Maple Grove, they just got to start moving on offense. They're dodging too much, and they got too many guys just standing around watching.
Crimson quickly get control. And a pass lost there, and a nice job there by Lutkin. But
Lutkin made just a sly, sneaky, long pull move there, pushing it past the Crimson player and trying to pick it up on the backside. Yeah, as we were talking to Coach Wilson here before the game, he was just struck by the inconsistency he's seen in this team. Jay, you and I can see flashes of how good this team can be, and it's just been, again, same thing, up and down, up and down.
Savanic dropping it out front. Johnson had to juggle it a little bit, so he brings it around the net. And Gonrowski showing, yes, I'm ready to come in and make a difference too.
Yeah, please shoot on me, get me warmed up a little bit. And he gets out of the net and he starts to clear.
Lisney bringing it up the left side. Warwick sends it around behind. Now Pulfero. Lisney's pass over Pulfero, and this is later as the first half went on, we saw a couple times of that happening for Armstrong. I think they've started doubts starting to creep in a little bit. Maybe they're not finding it as easy to attack this Crimson team as some of the others they've been playing.
Yeah, they're gripping their sticks a little bit tight. You can see that when they start overthrowing people, and they've done that a lot. They've given the ball back to the Crimson in unforced errors a number of times here. All right, we'll see if the Crimson start putting some cutting players through.
Right side now, spinning free, Lansing, and it comes back out, and Mark Redmond, or excuse me, Cole Nosko now picking it up.
See, little things like that. You've got to be able to catch the ball. You've got to be able to pass the ball well if you're going to, create opportunities, especially against a team as good as the Falcons, and you can't fumble it.
Johnson turns and pretty well read and intercepted. Lutkin away with it. Getting the pass ahead there to Cole Christensen.
Lutkin with 2 very nice defensive plays here in the second half so far. And oh my gosh.
And then it's just tossed away as Lansing takes it back for Maple Grove.
That's enough to keep a coach up at night, for heaven's sakes. There's that 3rd time in a row coming down the Falcons and giving it right back to the Crimson.
Quickly around to Wells. Wells getting in close, no goal.
Crease. Big, nice move there, but nice push by Lutkin there to push him right into the crease. Make sure that goal is disallowed.
Davenport speeding up the right side here for Armstrong. Now Pofferl.
Yeah, let's see if the Falcons can get on track here. First of all, don't give the ball away. Take your time, get your offense in motion.
Borowick giving it back up top here now to Zaire. They continue to play catch, but struggling to get anybody really free to get a good look at the net for a long time, dating back, into that first quarter. Pofferl dropping it down low, and that one goes off the back of the net there on the attempt by Mitchell Pass. Nice connection up the middle here for Maple Grove to Knutson.
Pretty clear. Nice clear.
And the shot fired on the run that time by Dugan.
Good opening there. Good movement. Just turned on the jets and got a shot off. Ooh.
Dugan again shooting, and that one sails over the top. Crimson bench telling him, now we can do better than that.
That was way too far outside. Jay, I think both teams look like they're really getting frustrated overall here. And just like I said, gripping their sticks pretty tight, forcing shots and taking bad angles. And
yeah, I was thinking that the last time Armstrong had the ball, we were praising how they're being patient and set up. And right now, I think you'd take a goal of any kind for either team, you know, whether it's a shot through traffic or a one-on-one move, or just something to reestablish that you can beat these goalies.
Yeah, bounce off 4 people in the light post and go in. I don't think they care.
Here's House. Turns and fires, and that one is in. Got it by Gonrowski, and Maple Grove takes the lead back. Or for the first time, I should say.
Yeah. Nice play by House here, just coming through nice. gets a nice pivot shot, brings a lot of torque with it, and just the D got out of position. His footwork got behind him as House pulled him off balance with a stick and just rifled one. Just a pretty shot down low. House the second leading scorer on the Crimson team, and he's the junior's kind of showing the way right now. That was a big goal.
So 3-2 lead here for Maple Grove. Eric Evans with it here for the Falcons. And down he goes, and the flags fly.
And there will be a cross check. Good idea. The Crimson were doing the right thing. They were doubling up. You know, and Eric Evans there, and were just got a little too touchy with that stick. And are both of them going to get cross-checking penalties? This could hurt.
Nope, just going to be against Tom Zeig.
1 minute.
Officials both threw their flags, so they quick, converge to make sure did we have the same call here. So big one here for both teams. Down low to Borowick and denied as Gates got a piece of that one.
You can almost see it coming here about midway through the first quarter. Gates got a couple saves, and boy, he's been fabulous ever since. Falcons are having a heck of a time getting the ball past him.
Get it out front and then back top, and there's a goal. William Lawson able to bury it, and one of the few times of late that they've been able to, use somebody in the middle and then come back out with it.
Yeah, and it did. It came out nice, top of the crease, but there it is. There's the reason. Just getting all the torque he could on it and just beating Gates to the upper corner. And, it looks like that far up, but when a guy can wind up that hard, the goalie's almost at a mercy, especially if he's accurate on it. So, nice play by the Falcons. There was good ball movement. They didn't give it up, and they looked a little bit looser on that and opened it up nicely and created a good goal.
So evened up at 3 as Maple Grove pays for the infraction like Armstrong did in the first half a couple times.
God, I tell you what, I never would have thought that a little more than 3/4 of the way through the third quarter that we'd see 3 goals apiece. That's just surprising me.
Armstrong trying to build on that tying goal here as they go back to the offense. Round to Pofro. Here's Borowick. Bring it back down low to pass, and now Pofro. Pofro returning it to the top. Here's Borowick. Gets the shot away, and it will be Armstrong possession.
Borowick kind of let that go. He's really kind of pushing it a little bit. He was not that open to get off a shot, and it was directed wide. So a little more patience here and a little better area for a shot. There it is.
Dropped it down low and crawling forward to try and get the shot was Mitchell Pass. And we get a 30-second penalty as Knutson called for the hold.
Well, Mitchell Pass here, and Eric Evans and the Falcons drawing some penalties here now, and they were effective on their last man up, so we'll see if they can pull it together again and make the Crimson pay for the penalty.
Warwick drops it down low and then put up over the top by Zaire. Armstrong possession here.
And Jack DeHamer, 29 for the Crimson, I think got a part of his stick on the shooter's stick and deflected that wide.
Now they go to Borwick, have him at the top, and he just missed the net there. And has switched up positioning a little bit, get some guys a little different looks.
Well, it's a smart play to get him up top and let him rewind up and torque in the middle. He's not on the wing anymore. I think that's a smart play.
Here is Borwick burying it, puts them ahead, and also becomes their school's leading scorer all time with that goal right there.
15 yards out, he let that thing go. Right from the 25-yard line and just, again, ripped it low. Watch him come through. Just skidded it, and I think that did 5-hole. Yep. Well, if you got a shooter, get him open so he can shoot. And for the second consecutive man up, the Falcons have made the Crimson pay here and are back in the lead by a goal.
So Borwick gets his second of the night. Here's Davenport. Back to Borwick. Down low, across the post. Another. No goal, no goal. In the crease. No goal.
Oh, my. Beautiful play, though, by gosh. It's too bad the ball stepped into the crease. Sure did. That right foot was right on the line.
Looked like they had the perfect setup going, and that would have been a big momentum goal, too, to get them 2 in a row. But, again, as we saw in the replay, correct call. So, stays 4-3 Armstrong. Here's House. Now it's Maple Grove's turn to see how they kind of weather the storm here and see if they can get the momentum back. Oh, and a very near miss right there as Walden nearly tied it up.
A bounce over the top. Didn't quite see that one.
Gets away there, but Hegem races in to play it here for the Falcons. Finds Borwick. Nice spin away. Borwick on the move, but cannot hit the net.
Had an opportunity to set it up again with number 12 and Profil again. Oh, my.
And has got through Gonarowski's legs there and bounced across the front of the net. Here's Profil going to the net, and that one's denied.
Have to keep possession on the race to the ball, so less than a minute now left in the third quarter.
Back out. Here's Borwick, and not able to hit the net.
You know, with a minute left or 42 seconds left, play for the last shot. Goals have been, short. Been hard to get. Work for one now. 2-goal lead is big in this game.
And nice pass to the top, but the miss by Lawson. Down to Pofro. Spins out of traffic. Here's the shot. Ooh, saved by Gates. Borwick had it knocked away. Gates will grab it up. And we will reach the end of quarter number 3 here. And Armstrong getting the last 2 goals of the quarter to try and grab the momentum back a little bit. But it's a tight one. After 3, Armstrong 4, Maple Grove 3. The fourth quarter is up next.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Welcome back, as that young man has become the all-time scoring leader at Armstrong with his last goal. Extra special when you beat out your brother for it, I would guess, too.
Like I said, there's going to be either a phone conversation or a face-to-face conversation with his big brother there, and kind of, getting the bragging rights here. It's kind of special, though. You walk away from school, and in that book, there's going to be something that says you were special at one time, and that's a pretty cool idea. Well, we'll see now the fourth quarter here. The close game, and the Maple Grove is due to win one of these one-goal games. We'll see how they got in the last 12 minutes. They're right where they want to beat you. They're within a goal, and we'll see if they can pull this one out of the hat. The Falcons, on the other side, try to build on this lead, but be patient with the ball.
Yeah, their crowd finally got back into it a little bit later in that quarter after Maple Grove had pretty well silenced them for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Down low to Pofro. So get that first possession here this fourth quarter as they want to go back on the attack. Borowick will bring it back up top here to Lawson. Around the horn it comes, Borowick. Here's Olson. Pofro whipping it behind. Blando gets it back over, and Borowick gets the return, and then his shot sailing up over the net. He's gotten kind of excited by that last goal and become a little shot happy.
Yeah, there's better shots to be had there. You just got to keep moving the ball around. Everybody's got to cut.
Well, this was, we say that?
Yeah.
He buries one.
Yeah. That was Crimson's fault, though. They know he's shooting right now. Just keep a guy on him close and don't give him enough room to wind up and take that shot. You see how wide open he is here? There's nobody there.
That's a big difference from a couple of the last ones.
Yep. The slide did not come over to get him. And they've been doing that really well tonight. But, boy, you can't let him get away for just a second because he's always looking to shoot. Big lead here. 2-goal lead tonight, Jay. I never thought I'd say that in a lacrosse game, 5-3. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that's the other thing that's changed, too, in the second half. The Falcons have reestablished themselves as winning faceoffs.
Borowick across the goal for a nice catch of the pass, but couldn't quite hit the net.
You know, the other thing, too, now is the Crimson, they've got to have a long stick and Borowick for the rest of the game. They just can't let him get loose. Get a long stick on him and keep him there.
Pofro sending it right back, and now to Borowick. Zaire to Pofro, and misfired there. And they will turn it over.
Yeah, and one of the things that happened while they were building this 2-goal lead, Jay, they didn't turn the ball over. They got good shots, or they got some shots, and they went in. They didn't turn the ball over to the Crimson there.
Been a little while since Maple Grove really had some possession time in the offensive zone, and they'll try and, get their offense going again as they trail it by 2 now. Here's Wells. Both guys go down in a high bounce, and we'll get a call here. Get a hold call against Armstrong.
The crowd here obviously not happy with that call.
Lutkin will be sent off.
You know, Rob, I thought Lutkin's had a very, very good game tonight for the Falcons. He's been real strong. He's made some smart plays.
Hey, right away.
All right, the Crimson, the last time they had a man up, they scored. So this would be a big one for them to get them within a goal.
Working the ball quickly, and the shot sailing wide there by Johnson. In behind a house.
Pull it out. Move it. We're up still. Ossie, Tommy, hey, Ethan.
Armstrong back to full strength now. Try to get it to House in the middle and knocked away.
If Dugan had trouble, he's strictly a left-hander, and he just can't move to his right very well. I'm sorry, just the opposite. And that really restricted him what he could do. And the Falcons knew it. They just kept him off to the side they wanted him on and really restricted his ability to move the ball or set something up.
Step in. Move it one more. Shoot it.
Kind of a crucial possession, it feels like, for Maple Grove here. If they get a goal here, they're right there. But if not, some more time is ticked away. Out front, here's a great chance, and they bury it. Put away by Dugan, and Maple Grove back to within 1.
Well, a good move by Walden there, and then Dugan just made a nice cut off it, got the ball and buried it down low. Big play there. You know, when the Crimson are cutting, Jay, when they're working, stop working the dodge, or at least take a dodge to draw and hit a cutter, they've been scoring. I think out of their 4 goals, 3 of them were scored just that way. Big face-off here. If the Crimson can get it back again, all of a sudden they have an opportunity to tie it that quick. Yep, going to go over to the Falcons. Illegal procedure on the Crimson.
Pofro works it over to Borwick.
Relax. Buddy, there's 8 minutes left in the game. Chill out.
Hearing some of the coaches now talking about this. This really has turned into a ball possession game. The Falcons are very good on the fast break, but the Crimson are just not letting them have it. I think the first goal and then the one that was just disallowed were perfect examples of how well the Falcons can move it. And I think in their game they need to have that every once in a while. And they've been pretty much shut down by the Crimson on doing that. Now they got to kind of play a half-court game like in basketball. Oh.
Out front and unable to bury. That was Blando on the turnaround try. A good setup. He was in close, but just plain missed the net.
It was a good play there, though. I'll tell you what, they made a nice setup.
Maple Grove looking for the tie here, down 5-4. Savanic. Gives it to House. House looking to get some room.
Hey, we're open. Nudie, stay. We're open. Nudie off the crease.
Dugan chopped down. And we will get our call here against Lutkin.
Made a lot of noise.
Hey! Hey!
Slashing called.
Yep. Push down. Please don't throw it to the crease. Don't force the crease.
So big opportunity here for Maple Grove. And sailed over the top as Walden.
Walden was disappointed too. He saw it. He had the upper corner. He could see he had it and just missed it.
Get a timeout taken here with about half the fourth quarter remaining here. 5:59 to go. Armstrong leading at 5-4. Trying to stay in a tie in the conference lead.
Nice fake, ball moving over the wall, and he's open, and he really should have cranked it a little bit quicker, but you can see he saw the opening up there. He just missed it. I think if he would have got it going a little bit sooner, he would have been okay. But good opportunity here for the Crimson. Now got a nice opening, created a good shot.
Well, it was kind of like that last one that Armstrong had at the other end, too. There was nothing wrong with the setup. It just plain
they just missed the net. Yeah. It happens sometimes. It's funny, too, how you notice when a goalie starts making some saves, how they can get in your head. And they start missing the net. It's high, it's wide,
you feel like you have to be perfect with the shot.
Exactly. You know, the one thing on lacrosse I like, though, a little bit more bounce shots. When you got a goalie you're facing that's good, it's like in hockey when you got a hot goalie, get a guy in front of him to disrupt him, do something, or get a garbage situation. Here you bounce the ball. It's just so hard to, when it changes direction, to get your basket or your body on it. Well, it's kind of gone as we predicted, Jay. We figured, it's been a one-goal effort. I mean, the Crimson's games have showed that in the past here, and they're ringing true right now.
Possibly lower scoring than maybe what I was thinking,
yeah.
But definitely, it's been a fun one to stay so close and strategy involved down the stretch here and steal anybody's game.
No, each possession now is important. I mean, it's just, you can't afford, unless you obviously have numbers on a fast break, don't force it. Oh, big turnover.
Crimson losing it there. Keep in mind, Armstrong's a man down, so ball lost, but still Piazza doing a good job of getting that ball advancing and eating up some time anyway.
Hey, push down! Push the wing! Army! Push the wing! Army!
Back up top, they reverse it again quickly to the right side. Here's the shot.
Oh, beauty.
KP Johnson. I think they thought the ball was going to be reversed again, and he just let it rip. It got some iron, I heard it, but
again, look at how open he is. Boy, that long stick was late getting there, and he just ripped it, and it went in on the post. It would have been an inch, a little bit right. It would have bounced off or gone wide. What a nice shot. Johnson just real cool, calm, and collected, and just rips it in, and tie game. A little over 5 minutes left in the game. Now the question for the Crimson is, can they finally pull a one-goal win out of this thing? And like you said, too, I don't think that the Falcons have been pushed really this hard for an entire game throughout the season, so it'll be interesting how they respond here in the last 5 minutes.
And they quickly converge and get the takeaway there. Evans going to take the shot himself, and a great save by Gates.
I was just going to say, Evans, what a nice little spark plug he's been, but that was a bad mistake. It's a possession game right now. When you get the ball, you take your time and possess it here. You got it out of the zone, but from that far out, with the way Gates has been playing, Jay, not a smart play. Again, look at this. Crimson get a nice clear, and the ball's back in the Armstrong zone. Timeout's been called. Play will get set up. And when this has happened out the game, I think the Crimson have been pretty successful.
5-5 scores. You get a look again at some of that big crowd on hand here tonight. A little over 4.5 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter.
I would expect now they're going to be looking on the same wing position that we've seen in the last two goals, Jay. They'll bring it down low when Johnson scored, and was it Hunter or was it Walden that scored on that one? But I think the lower right side seems to be where they've been going, and the Falcon defense hasn't been getting there quick enough. So we'll see if they work it down low in that area here to give themselves an opportunity.
Regular season ends next week. Maple Grove's 2 remaining games, both at home. They've got Spring Lake Park on Monday and Andover on Wednesday. For Armstrong, they are on the road for both of their last 2. Of course, the big one being the conference game at Elk River, and then the next Friday, the 27th, they're up at Hermantown. Take on Hermantown Proctor. So obviously that game Wednesday doesn't mean quite as much if they don't win here tonight, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Walden zipping it over. And just losing his balance there was Dugan. And Armstrong trying to come out of there with it. Good work. And things get getting a big hand is Piazza there for Armstrong. And they got the timeout. Okay.
Yep, they got the timeout.
Those little plays get your bench pretty jacked up. When he got it, stuck his nose in there and came out with it.
Well, he just battled all the way up. It was fun to watch Piazza. I'm getting this thing up and out of my zone, come heck or high water, and he did a nice job there. And good timeout call now too, because now we got the same situation going back the other way. So, but again, they got to be patient here with 4 minutes left in the game. You got to work it around, and don't take, a long shot. Work it down low. Try to create a good shot, and if you do take a shot, make sure your X is in back so you get possession of the ball when it goes past the net. So now the Crimson are going to get tested in a tough situation here. The past 4 minutes, I think Maple Grove's had the advantage, Jay. They've just kind of fought back and done a good job, especially in the offensive zone.
Elliot Olson with it here for Armstrong as we get set to restart play here.
All right, see what the Falcons can do here, get their offense back in motion again.
Everybody pretty pumped up. It's going to be it feels a little early to be like last possession kind of thing, but
it doesn't matter if it takes them all 33 minutes and 40 seconds to really create a good shot and they get one. It all works out. I do like this patience though, Jay. And you see how pulled in that Maple Grove is. They're not coming out on the perimeters and attacking at all. They're staying right in the middle. Clogging it up. Okay, now they're starting to loosen it up a little bit. No, they're going to stay back on Borwick.
Lawson returning it left side here to Borowick. Around to Pofrel, and they do come out and pressure him a little bit more. Blando. Lawson being pressured a little bit here as he'll circle behind. Pofrel coming to meet it, fires and scores. Armstrong back in front as Pofrel bouncing it home.
Well, here we go, that bounce shot again. Pofrel getting himself open and winding up. That's so hard to stop. It's so hard to stop.
And the one thing that was a little different, too, was he had got some momentum going forward as they received that pass. They weren't standing stagnant. They'd kind of been working it around, and he saw a little bit of an opening to get his momentum toward the net, and that was the difference.
If you look at Olsen, Pofrel, Borowick, any of these guys, they're all good shooters. They've all scored well. And this little guy right here, number 11, in the second half, he's come in, Jay, and he's won some face-offs and added some energy, especially in the clears and stuff. He's done a nice job. And that was a key face-off win here. And just got to remind now the Falcons, you don't need to score here, so be patient. You don't need to shoot. You don't need another goal. Work it around. Wait until Maple Grove starts pressing on you and double-teaming you. Then take a look at it, because somebody's going to be open.
Lawson circling. Gives it to Pofrel. And he'll take the shot. It's denied. As Gates with the save. And here come the Crimson.
Oh my gosh.
They forget about across. Oh, and he missed the net. Zavanic not able to get it to go, and then he was knocked down hard.
Oh my gosh. What a beautiful setup and play. Good ball movement.
Armstrong just lost track
totally.
Defensively. Probably their worst sequence of the night on DM, but they get fortunate and they miss the net.
Yeah, they got blessed on that one. Now, for heaven's sakes, control the ball. You can run it out here now. Just don't be anxious. Which will set up that game against Elk River as a big, big game. Keep running. The double team's there. What?
Lost the possession. Crimson able to come up with it.
Boy.
Dugan on the move here. Still plenty of time for Maple Grove. Timeout Maple Grove with 30 seconds remaining. And they trail it 6-5. They have life.
Boy, I tell you, the Falcons have just done everything they could to just keep giving the ball back to the Crimson. And it's just, well, we'll see what the Crimson can do with it now. Watching Savannah down there with the Crimson, he's just so disappointed he missed that shot. Jay, he's just beside himself, but he might have another opportunity here. It was a beautiful setup, per se. And the Crimson defense here in this last round did a nice job. They did not give up on going after the ball and knocked her out and won the ground ball situation and turned her around to give themselves an opportunities here. So we'll see what they come up with.
You're kind of in that right amount of time for Maple Grove where they know probably really only going to have one realistic chance, but it is enough time that you don't have to take the first, halfway decent thing you see.
I think you put it in either House's hands or Roland's hands and see what happens. If they come to you with a double team or they get the slide, look for the open guy because somebody's got to be open and slice in the direction the slide comes from. they've done a pretty good job of that. I mean, that last play where Savannah was so wide open, that's exactly what they did. So we'll see what they do here.
All right, here we go. Maple Grove down 1 and looking to attack. Savanich back for House. House getting free, fires and scores. Even up. 17 seconds left.
Beautifully set up, went to the right, gave it to Savanich. He tried to make a move, it wasn't open, came back to House, and House wasted no time coming around back the left side from behind and beating his man, even though he got a little off balance, and squaring up and getting a good shot in front and tying this game.
Gets his 3rd goal of the game, bouncing it past Gunrowski there.
Nice play.
And Maple Grove quickly gets possession. Ball lost here, under 10 seconds to go. Hegem up with it, and that's going to do it. We'll go to OT. Gunrowski not happy as they tuck the ball in the net after the horn, but going to just get things sorted out. We will head to overtime here, a 6-6 battle. Maple Grove tying it up in the final half minute. Overtime dead ahead here on 12 Sports.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think. Billy!
Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Lindsay, for example. Her first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. Right away, she received professional training and now has the tools and skills necessary to produce her own show. She's turning dreams into realities right from her own home. And best of all, she's sharing her passion with members of her community and beyond. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Well, we hope for a good game tonight, and we're sure getting that. 6-6. Regulation not enough to decide this one as Armstrong grabbed the lead back, but Maple Grove's Hunter House tying it with just 17 seconds left to send this contest to overtime here. So again, if you're just joining us, Armstrong, a co-leader of the Northwest Suburban Conference with Anoka, but obviously if they don't win this one here tonight, then their conference title hopes taking a severe hit, particularly when you look at Anoka has 2 games against the bottom teams, lower tier teams left, and more than likely are going to win both of those, you would guess.
Probably so, of course. Well, not even going to go there. So I'm going to see.
And Armstrong briefly had it, but can't come up with it. It'll be Crimson possession. Timeout Maple Grove before we could restart there.
Oh, every possession's important here, and I do believe it is sudden win overtime, or sudden victory overtime, as we call it now.
I still say sudden death, sorry.
I do too, actually. Oh boy, another giveaway by the Falcons here, and that might cost them now. you know, I'll tell you what, in the Crimson, you know, with this season, you know, knowing how well the past 3 or 4 seasons have gone for them, and this has got to be a disappointing season for them. They've battled, and then they have really kept their focus throughout the season here, and have played well against the good teams. And from the Falcons' viewpoint too, Jay, this just might be what the doctor ordered coming into the sections too. Just, you know, having to battle and really, whoa, we made a lot of mistakes tonight, and they haven't paid for it during the season, with the exception of OPC. But might be a lesson learned here. So. We'll see how they react to this. Now the Crimson with a golden opportunity. I would say Walden or House, and they'll work off that from there to see who's open, or they'll take it themselves. And I don't think Hunter House is going to be as open as he was on that last one.
So here we go with Maple Grove on the attack. Here's House. Back for Savanic. Savanic has to feel relieved that they ended up tying it up after he had a great opportunity and missed the net from close range. Now back behind. Here's a tossed out front, and we get a call going against Armstrong on the initial pass.
Yeah, there's a push in there. It'll be possession, Maple Grove. Now they know House is a lefty. They know he won't get on his right side and shoot. They always try to come through on the right side of the net there. So
Dugan spinning, cuts it back to the middle, wanting to line up a shot. And now does, but misses high. It'll stay with Grove, though.
Now, when that happens, Dugan, when that double team came, he should have looked for the guy that was open.
House bouncing the pass across. And the Crimson, a big recovery there by Walden.
There's a senior stepping up. That was a big senior play right there.
Walden has to track it down.
That was another nice save here too. These artificial, you know, turf fields that tends to roll out of bounds if you miss it.
Walden looking for space. Beats
the
defender.
Oh, nice save.
They get it back. Walden again. And Gamowski another stop.
Oh my gosh.
Gamowski again with a stop. Well, now we see why they like both goals.
Oh my gosh. 3 beauties, I'll tell you, and they needed him badly. All right, timeout for the Falcons here. Oh my gosh.
Maple Grove was already starting to celebrate on one of these because he thought there's no way it's not going to be a goal, but Konrowski, nobody told him. Right here.
The senior captain twice. What a great save there. Just like, oh my gosh. And another possession. My, oh my. Well, I'll tell you what, it sure is nice having that kind of goaltending to save your bacon when you need it. They have both been tremendous tonight. I can see where the coaches are talking about that. They're not afraid to put either of them in, and they've really stepped up tonight. Really stepped up tonight.
Well, we'll see if Armstrong can use the momentum from big plays on the defensive end to translate into offense here.
Well, we certainly know they have the firepower. And I got a pretty good idea. They're probably going to try and run it through Borowick, but If he gets double teamed again, when that double team comes, look for where it came from, that direction. Somebody's open. He's got some players around him that can really put it in the net along with him. Pofferl especially, number 44. So we'll keep our eye on 22 and 44.
Oh my. And Borowick able to recover and get to it. Borowick to the front. Ooh, and Gates, I think, got a piece of that.
Got his foot down on it, I think.
Back to Borowick. Down low with it. Lawson gives it to Borowick again. And here's Pofferl. Here's a shot and a goal. Buried by Zayer for the Falcons.
Second leading scorer in the team, and he steps up and just rips one. Took it down low and brought it back up top and gave him a chance to wind up and just rip it. And sets up for a big game in Elk River. Nice job on that shot. Didn't quite get full torque on it, but got enough to get it in the net.
So a big victory in OT here tonight for Armstrong as they fight off a mighty challenge from Maple Grove.
Oh boy.
And in fact, even in that OT, Maple Grove had a couple of point blank shots that you thought were going to be the winners, and Gonrowski coming up huge. And so Armstrong stays in first place with Anoka in this Northwest Suburban Conference. But boy, what a matchup here tonight, Dan.
Really, really nice, really fun. And it's one of the few times now as we watch lacrosse get better, the goalies made the difference tonight. I mean, there's no question about it, especially the Armstrong goalies. After the first period, the Falcons could have been down by 2 or 3. Foreman made some great saves. And Gonrowski here in overtime. Oh my gosh, slammed the door in 3 point-blank shots. Are you kidding me? What a fun game. They tied the game with less than 30 seconds left. How fun.
So I hope you've enjoyed tonight's contest here from Armstrong High School. For Dan Ficken and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Final in overtime, Armstrong 7, Maple Grove 6.